Welcome back to Coin Collecting Adventures. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Washington quarter dollars. From their rich history to their impressive values, we're counting down the top 10 most valuable Washington quarters. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a video you won't want to miss. 1984 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American coinage since its introduction in 1932. The 1984 quarter, part of this long-running series, features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. This iconic design was based on the bust of Washington by sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head with the phrase "In God We Trust" to his left and the date 1984 below. The reverse side of the coin features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows in an olive branch, symbolizing both war and peace. This design remained unchanged from 1932 until 1998, making the 1984 quarter a part of this classic era. In 1984, quarters were minted at three different facilities: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark for proof coins. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint struck proof coins specifically for collectors. The mint mark is located on the obverse side just to the right of the ribbon in Washington's hair. When it comes to collecting, condition is key. The value of a 1984 Washington quarter can vary significantly based on its grade. Let's break it down. Circulated coins, those that have been used in everyday transactions, typically have lower values. An average circulated 1984 quarter from Philadelphia or Denver might be worth just its face value of 25 cents, especially if it's in poor condition. However, in higher grades such as extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU, these quarters can be worth a bit more, usually between 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated or mint state MS coins are where collectors find the most value. An MS65 grade 1984 quarter, for example, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 depending on the market. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, which were made specifically for collectors, typically have a higher value due to their limited mintage and superior quality. A 1984 S-proof quarter in PR65 condition might be valued at around $4 to $8. Coin errors and varieties always add an extra layer of excitement to collecting. For the 1984 Washington quarter, notable errors can include off-center strikes, double dies, and more. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value. 1997 Washington Quarter. The 1997 Washington quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1997, the quarter had already seen several changes in its design and composition, but it remained a staple of American currency. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features the iconic portrait of George Washington. The reverse, until the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, showcased an eagle with outstretched wings. This eagle design was a symbol of strength and freedom, capturing the essence of American spirit. Now, let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 1997 Washington quarter. On the obverse, we have George Washington facing left with the word liberty to his left and the phrase "In God We Trust" below his chin. The year 1997 is inscribed at the bottom. On the reverse, we see the majestic eagle with spread wings clutching arrows in its talons. Below the eagle is a wreath of olive branches symbolizing peace. The words "United States of America" and "quarter dollar" are inscribed around the edge. The 1997 Washington quarter is made of a cupronickel composition with a diameter of 24.26 mm and a weight of 5.67 grams. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced Washington quarters at three locations: Philadelphia P, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver Mints struck the quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. Here are the mintage numbers for each mint. Philadelphia 595,860,000. Denver 636,200,000. San Francisco 2,055,649 proof coins. While these numbers are quite high, making the 1997 Washington quarter relatively common, the condition of the coin can significantly affect its value. When it comes to determining the value of a 1997 Washington quarter, the coin's grade is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect uncirculated coin. Here are some general value ranges based on the coin's condition. 1995 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. The 1995 quarter is no exception, continuing the legacy with its classic design. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1995 Washington quarter features Washington's bust on the obverse designed by John Flanagan. The reverse showcases the American bald eagle, symbolizing freedom and strength. 1995 was a notable year in history. The U.S. economy was booming, and the internet was just beginning to reshape the world. Amidst all this, the 1995 Washington quarter was quietly making its way into circulation. Now, let's talk about the mintage. Over 1.2 billion Washington quarters were minted in 1995, with the majority produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The San Francisco mint struck proof quarters primarily for collectors. Keep an eye out for the mint marks P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Proof quarters from San Francisco are highly sought after due to their limited mintage and exceptional quality. Let's get to the part everyone is waiting for: the value of the 1995 Washington quarter. In circulated condition, these quarters are generally worth their face value. However, in uncirculated or proof condition, they can be worth significantly more. An uncirculated 1995 quarter with a high grade can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to over $20 depending on its condition. Proof quarters, especially those in pristine condition, can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching upwards of $50 or more. Don't forget about error coins. The 1995 Washington quarter has its share of interesting errors, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, and more. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value, making them highly desirable to collectors. 1986 Washington quarter. The 1986 Washington quarter is part of the broader series of Washington quarters minted from 1965 to 1998, which are notable for being composed of a copper nickel clad instead of the earlier silver composition. Now let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side of the coin, we have the familiar profile of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left is the phrase "In God We Trust." Below Washington's profile, you'll find the date 1986. The reverse side features a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches beneath it. The words United States of America are inscribed at the top and quarter dollars at the bottom. The 1986 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark. Those from Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S and are proof coins, made specifically for collectors. The mint mark can be found on the obverse side of the coin just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the value of the 1986 Washington quarter. The value of these coins can vary significantly based on their condition and mint mark. For circulated coins, the value is generally around face value 25 cents, unless the coin is in exceptionally good condition. Uncirculated coins, those that have never been used in transactions, can be worth more. An uncirculated 1986 quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver mint can be worth between $1 and $5. Proof coins from San Francisco are more valuable. A proof 1986 Washington quarter can be worth around $5 to $10 depending on its condition and whether it's still in its original packaging. 1990 Washington quarter. The 1990 Washington quarter is part of this long-running series which has seen many changes and commemorations over the years. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse or front of the 1990 Washington quarter features John Flanagan's iconic portrait of George Washington. Above Washington's head, you'll see the word liberty, and to the left, the phrase "In God We Trust." Below the portrait, the date 1990 is prominently displayed. On the reverse side, you'll find an image of an eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. The inscriptions include United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom. The eagle design remained largely unchanged from its introduction until the state quarter series began in 1999. The 1990 Washington quarter was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown of the mintage numbers. Philadelphia, no mint mark, 613,792,000. Denver, D mint mark, 927,638,181. San Francisco, S mint mark, proof only, 3,299,559. While these numbers might seem high, the value of a coin depends on its condition and rarity, among other factors. Now let's talk about the value of the 1990 Washington quarter. In circulated condition, these coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins or those with higher grades can fetch higher prices. For instance, a 1990 quarter in MS65 condition mint state 65 can be worth around $15 to $20. Proof coins, particularly those with deep cameo contrast, can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching up to $10 or more, depending on the market. One aspect that can significantly increase a coin's value is if it has an error. Some known errors for the 1990 quarter include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on incorrect planchets. These error coins can be quite valuable to collectors, sometimes selling for hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and rarity of the error. 1983 Washington Quarter. In 1983, the Washington Quarter was minted in two locations: Philadelphia, represented by a P mint mark, and Denver, represented by a D mint mark. Interestingly, no quarters were produced at the San Francisco Mint for circulation that year, although proof sets were made. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 673,535,000 quarters, while the Denver Mint produced about 617,806,446 quarters. Despite these large numbers, finding high-quality specimens can be challenging. What makes the 1983 Washington Quarter particularly interesting to collectors is the relative scarcity of high-grade coins. Due to widespread circulation and less focus on collecting during the early 1980s, many 1983 quarters show significant wear. In terms of value, circulated 1983 quarters are generally worth their face value. However, uncirculated or mint state coins can fetch higher prices. As of current year, a high-grade MS65 1983 P quarter can be valued around $30 to $50, while an MS65 1983 D quarter might be worth $20 to $40. Proof coins from 1983, especially those with cameo or deep cameo finishes, can be valued even higher. Like many coins, the 1983 Washington Quarter has its share of interesting varieties and errors. One notable variety is the 1983 P double die reverse, where doubling can be seen on the eagle's feathers and other details. These errors are quite rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. Other errors to look out for include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on improperly prepared planchets. If you come across a 1983 quarter with any of these characteristics, it might be worth a closer look. For those looking to add a 1983 Washington Quarter to their collection, here are a few tips. Check the condition. Look for coins with minimal wear, strong luster, and sharp details. Consider getting your coins graded by a professional service, especially if you believe they are in mint state condition. Be aware of key varieties and errors that could increase your coin's value. Use reliable reference materials and stay updated on current market values. 1981 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter dollar coin has been a staple of U.S. currency since its introduction in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, featuring a profile of the first U.S. president, was created by sculptor John Flanagan. The 1981 Washington quarter, like its predecessors, carries this iconic design, but let's delve deeper into what makes this particular year special. On the obverse side of the 1981 Washington quarter, we see the familiar bust of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left, the phrase "In God We Trust" below Washington's neck. You'll find the year 1981. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows. Below the eagle, there's an olive branch symbolizing peace. The inscriptions "United States of America" and quarter dollar encircle the eagle. This design, also by John Flanagan, has been a defining feature of the Washington quarter. In 1981, Washington quarters were minted at three different locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the business strike coins, while the San Francisco Mint struck the proof coins. Let's take a closer look at the mintage numbers. Philadelphia minted approximately 601.9 million quarters, Denver produced around 575.7 million, and San Francisco struck about 4 million proof coins. These numbers give us an idea of the coin's availability and rarity. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the value. The value of a 1981 Washington quarter varies based on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated and proof coins can be more valuable. For uncirculated coins, those graded MS65 can fetch around $5 to $10, while higher grades like MS67 can go for $50 or more. Proof coins, especially those with deep cameo contrast, can be valued at $5 to $20 or higher, depending on their condition and the current market demand. 1974 Washington Quarter. The 1974 Washington Quarter is a significant piece of American coinage, minted during a time of economic and political change. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1974 edition continued this tradition, featuring the same classic design that collectors have come to love. The obverse of the 1974 Washington Quarter showcases the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction. The reverse side features the majestic image of the American bald eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The 1974 Washington Quarter was produced at three different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark. Those from Denver have a D mint mark, and San Francisco coins feature an NS. The total mintage for 1974 was substantial, with millions of coins produced across all three mints. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1974 Washington quarter. Like most coins, the value depends on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with a high grade, can be worth significantly more. For example, a 1974 quarter in MS65 condition, which means it has no signs of wear and retains its original luster, can be worth around $5 to $10. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially those in pristine condition, can fetch even higher prices, sometimes exceeding $20. 1980 Washington quarter. Let's start with the basics. The 1980 Washington quarter features the familiar design by John Flanagan, which has been a staple since 1932. The obverse depicts a portrait of George Washington, while the reverse showcases a bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching an olive branch. In 1980, the Washington quarter was struck at three mints: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced a substantial number of quarters, but the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the bulk of the coins. Now let's talk about value. The 1980 Washington quarter is generally considered a common coin. However, its value can vary based on its condition and mint mark. Here's a breakdown of the approximate values you can expect. Uncirculated condition in mint state grades, such as MS60 to MS65, the 1980 quarter typically ranges from $1 to $3. Proof coins: the San Francisco Mint produce proof versions of the 1980 quarter, which can be more valuable. In high-grade proof condition, these can range from $2 to $6. The 1980 Washington quarter is a great coin for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. Its widespread production means it's relatively easy to find, but that doesn't make it any less interesting. It's a piece of American history that represents a stable period in U.S. coinage. Remember, the value of any coin can fluctuate based on market demand and the condition of the coin. If you're considering adding a 1980 Washington quarter to your collection, check for any unique features or high-grade examples that might increase its value. The 1985 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a staple in American currency. The 1985 Washington quarter, part of this long-running series, was minted in a time of economic stability and is a reflection of its era. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington. John Flanagan's depiction shows Washington facing left, with the word Liberty above and the year 1985 below. The motto, "In God We Trust," is to the left of Washington's profile. On the reverse, we see the iconic eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows and an olive branch. Above the eagle, United States of America is inscribed, and below, the denomination quarter dollar. The phrase "E pluribus unum" is centered above the eagle. The 1985 Washington quarter was minted in three locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produce coins for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins specifically for collectors. The total mintage for 1985 was quite high, with over 1.4 billion quarters minted in Philadelphia and over 500 million in Denver. Proof coins from San Francisco are much rarer, with a mintage of just over 3 million. Now let's talk about value. The value of a 1985 Washington quarter largely depends on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins, or those with higher grades, can fetch higher prices. For instance, a mint state MS65 grade quarter from Philadelphia or Denver can be worth around $10. Proof coins from San Francisco can range from $5 to $10 depending on their condition. 1993 Washington quarter. In 1993, the Washington quarter continued its long-standing design tradition. This year didn't mark any significant changes in design or composition, but it remains an important piece for collectors due to its place in the broader history of U.S. coinage. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse or front side features the familiar bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Below Washington's neck is the year of minting, 1993. You'll also find the word Liberty above Washington's head and the national motto, "In God We Trust," to his left. On the reverse side, we see the iconic image of the bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing war and peace. This design, also by Flanagan, has been a constant on the quarter since its inception, with only a few exceptions for special commemorative issues. The 1993 Washington quarter was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the mint mark by looking just above the date on the obverse side. The quarters from Philadelphia have no mint mark, those from Denver have a D, and quarters from San Francisco bear an S. Now let's talk about the coin specifications. The 1993 Washington quarter is composed of a clad mixture of copper-nickel alloy over a pure copper core. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. When it comes to value, several factors come into play: the coin's condition, its mint mark, and its rarity. Most 1993 quarters in circulated condition are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, those in uncirculated or mint state can be worth more. 1983 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since it was first minted in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1983 Washington quarter is part of this long-running series and holds particular interest for collectors. On the obverse side, we have the iconic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. This design has been a constant on the quarter for many decades. Above Washington's head, you'll see the word liberty, and to the left, the famous motto, "In God We Trust." At the bottom, the date 1983 is prominently displayed. Turning to the reverse side, we find the majestic bald eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch in its talons, symbolizing both strength and peace. Above the eagle, the words "United States of America" are curved along the top, and below the denomination quarter dollar is inscribed. The reverse design was also created by John Flanagan and has been a symbol of American pride. Now let's delve into the historical context of the 1983 quarter. The 1980s were a significant decade for the United States, marked by economic changes, technological advancements, and cultural shifts. The 1983 quarter reflects the resilience and continuity of the American spirit during this era. When it comes to the 1983 Washington quarter, there are a few key factors to consider for collectors. First, let's talk about mint marks. In 1983, quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Quarters from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver bear a D mint mark. Additionally, there are no proof versions of this coin for this year. Condition is crucial in determining the value of any coin. The 1983 quarter can range from circulated conditions, often found in pocket change, to uncirculated or even high-grade examples. A coin in average circulated condition is worth face value, but uncirculated or high-grade specimens can be worth significantly more. 1996 Washington quarter. The design has seen various changes over the years, but the 1996 quarter remains a popular coin among collectors. Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, featuring a portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse initially depicted an eagle with outstretched wings. This design was used until the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1996 quarter retains Flanagan's classic design. On the obverse, we see the familiar profile of George Washington. The reverse features the traditional eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom in the United States. Now, let's talk specifics. The 1996 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify where your coin was minted by looking for the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark. Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins have an S. In terms of composition, the 1996 quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad with a core of pure copper and an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Mintage numbers for the 1996 quarters are as follows: Philadelphia minted approximately 925 million quarters, Denver produced around 906 million, and San Francisco struck about 2 million proof coins. These numbers give us an idea of the coin's availability. But what about value? The 1996 Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally worth its face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins and proof coins can be worth more. An uncirculated coin from Philadelphia or Denver can fetch anywhere from $1 to $3 depending on its condition. Proof coins from San Francisco are typically valued between $2 and $5. For higher grades, such as MS65 and above, the value can increase significantly. An MS65 graded 1996 quarter might be worth around $10 to $15. Of course, values can fluctuate based on the coin market and the specific coin's condition. 1980 Washington quarter. Now let's focus on the 1980 Washington quarter. This coin was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark for proof coins. In 1980, the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco mint struck them in proof condition for collectors. The obverse of the 1980 quarter features a right-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, with the word liberty above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1980 below. The reverse showcases the iconic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches beneath. The inscriptions "United States of America" and quarter dollar surround the eagle, emphasizing the coin's denomination and origin. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 635 million quarters in 1980, while the Denver Mint struck around 518 million. The San Francisco Mint produced about 3.5 million proof quarters. Given these high mintage numbers, the 1980 Washington quarter is relatively common, especially those from Philadelphia and Denver. When it comes to determining the value of your 1980 quarter, the coin's condition or grade plays a crucial role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation and less wear. For example, a coin in good condition may show significant wear, while one in mint-state MS condition will have no signs of wear and retain its original luster. As of now, a 1980 Washington quarter in average circulated condition is worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if you have a quarter in uncirculated or near perfect condition, it can be worth significantly more. A mint-state 65 MS65 coin from Philadelphia or Denver can fetch between $5 and $10, while a proof coin from San Francisco in perfect condition PR70 might be valued around $10 to $20. Keep an eye out for any special varieties or errors, as these can drastically increase the coin's value. For instance, off-center strikes, double dies, or coins with unique planchet errors are highly sought after by collectors and can command a premium price. 1989 Washington Quarter. The 1989 Washington quarter is part of this long-standing series. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, these coins were made primarily for circulation, though the San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions for collectors. Let's talk mint marks. You'll find the P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco on these quarters. Each mint mark adds a unique touch to the coin, with the S mint mark being especially sought after in proof sets. On the obverse, we have the familiar profile of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head, and the national motto "In God We Trust" is to his left. The reverse side features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, symbolizing the country's readiness for war and desire for peace. This design remained consistent from 1932 until the introduction of the state quarters in 1999. Now, let's get into the value of the 1989 Washington quarter. Most circulated quarters are worth just their face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins and proof versions can fetch higher prices. A 1989 quarter in uncirculated condition graded MS65 by the professional coin grading service PCGS or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation NGC can be worth around $5 to $10. Proof coins, especially those with a deep cameo contrast, can be valued between $10 and $20 or more, depending on their condition. 1987 Washington quarter. The 1987 Washington quarter features the same classic design that has been used since its inception. On the obverse, we have the portrait of George Washington, with the inscriptions "Liberty in God We Trust" in the mint year 1987. The reverse showcases the majestic bald eagle with the inscriptions "United States of America E Pluribus Unum" and quarter dollar. Composition 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel weight, 5.67 grams diameter, 24.3 mm. The 1987 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters were struck for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. In total, over 1 billion quarters were minted in 1987, making it a common year for this series. When it comes to value, condition is key. Circulated 1987 quarters typically hold a value close to their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated or mint-state coins can fetch a higher price, often ranging from $1 to $5 depending on their grade. Proof coins, especially those in pristine condition, can be valued between $3 to $10. If you're looking to add a 1987 Washington quarter to your collection, here are a few tips. Condition: look for coins with minimal wear and strong details. Proof coins: San Francisco proof coins are a great addition for collectors. Storage: keep your coins in protective holders to maintain their condition and value. 1974 Washington quarter. The obverse of the 1974 Washington quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Washington's profile is accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year of mintage, 1974. The reverse showcases the American bald eagle, also designed by Flanagan, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath it. The inscriptions "United States of America" and quarter dollar complete the design. The 1974 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the mint by looking at the mint mark on the coin's obverse side, right next to the ribbon in Washington's hair. Quarters minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark. Quarters from Denver feature a D mint mark. Quarters from San Francisco bear an S mint mark. In total, over 800 million quarters were produced in 1974, making it a common year for this coin series. Now let's talk about the value of the 1974 Washington quarter. The value depends on the coin's condition and rarity. Here are some key points to consider. Circulated coins. Most 1974 quarters you find in circulation are worth their face value, 25 cents. However, quarters in better condition can fetch a bit more, usually around 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated coins. Uncirculated quarters, especially those with no wear and tear, can be worth significantly more. These coins might sell for $3 to $5 or more, depending on their condition. The San Francisco Mint produced proof quarters in 1974, which are highly sought after by collectors. These coins, featuring a mirror-like finish and sharp details, can range from $5 to $10 or higher, depending on their grade. Always keep an eye out for error coins, such as those with double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies. These can be exceptionally valuable, sometimes worth hundreds of dollars. If you're looking to add a 1974 Washington quarter to your collection, here are a few tips. Inspect the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for any signs of wear, damage, or unique errors. Keep your coins in a dry, temperature-controlled environment to prevent tarnishing. Consider using coin holders or albums for safe storage. Keep up with coin collecting guides and market trends to understand the value fluctuations and rarity of specific coins. The 1974 Washington quarter is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the history and value of these coins adds depth to your collection.